Hello again. We are going to review for the first time in 2 years a Reb Brown movie. Just feels a little odd doing this alone. I feel like Reb Brown movies are something special where you need to do it with a second person. I know what to do, just allow me to perform my sexy magic ritual. Oh hey Nick! How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Welcome back to the JMC reviews, or, well, the names change, but welcome back.
It's a pleasure to be here. Ready to review another Reb Brown movie, let's get it.
Yeah. The movie we are reviewing today is the second most well-known movie Reb Brown has ever made, Space Mutiny.
Space Mutiny.
Starring Reb Brown.
Man himself.
This guy. Him.
This guy.
Him.
Cameron Mitchell, can't forget him.
Reb Brown's real-life wife.
Sissy Cameron.
Yep. Space Mutiny was a 1988 sci-fi action movie starring Reb Brown and his real-life wife, Sissy Cameron. And it was basically adventures in space and Reb Brown being a soldier in some kind of futuristic military.
Something like
and
that.
The plot line is a little hard to understand at times. Apparently,
To say the very least.
Yeah.
13 generations ago, our overpopulated world built the Southern Sun. A self-sufficient spaceship that would be home to thousands of migrants for the 10-light-year journey to a new and uncolonized world. Our current descendants have come to accept the Southern Sun as their home and work for a better future for their children. While most of the inhabitants of this generation are content, there are some who have grown restless and impatient.
And Reb is a soldier who flies in this TIE fighter type ship, or rebel fighter type ship. The movie has a very Star Wars-y vibe going for it.
Southern Sun, abort landing. We have fire coming us fast on our tail. Stingray 2 to Stingray 3, we are under fire. Prepare for defense formation. Roger, Stingray 2.
1988.
Stingray 1, assuming defense formation.
Reb Brown's year of stardom.
What the hell's going on out there?
He made 5 movies that year.
Red 3 is down.
Damn it.
Pirate ship eliminated.
It's hard to know what to say about this movie that hasn't already been said, and hey, by the way, I just want to make it clear for anyone who's going to be like, oh, why are you reviewing Space Mutiny? It's everything that could be said about it's already been said. Mystery Science Theater 3000 did it best. Well, believe it or not, and I guess this is a bit of shame for me, I have never seen the Space Mutiny episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, so me and Nick, we're coming at this with very fresh perspectives. And if we were to say anything that was said in that episode, it's purely a fucking coincidence.
And it just shows how ridiculous the movie actually is.
Yeah. Space Mutiny, I just felt like it would make for the perfect review for us, like a good follow-up to the Your review. And
Both classics.
yeah. Space Mutiny is a very different classic than Your. It's extremely low budget. Like, Your was low budget, but the budget for Space Mutiny, believe it or not, is even lower. in ways I can't describe. The whole thing, like, it kind of reminds me a little of the original Star Trek sets. Like, from what I have seen of the original Star Trek, I never was able to buy that this is outer space, and you kind of get that feeling here in all the scenes where they're on this ship. I mean, did you ever think for once that they were actually in outer space?
Not a shop. It looked like a factory, which I'm pretty sure where they actually filmed it, right?
Reb Brown said in an interview he gave with this guy for this YouTube channel or some website called The Nerdery that they filmed Space Mutiny inside an asbestos plant. And he went, "So if I'm not around in a few years, you know why." Danger. This is why you should not leave cans of gas just like
Yeah,
that.
just very ideal location, too.
Forget it. They're headed for the bridge.
Reb Brown, he is a very underrated B-movie action star, and he was great. The movie Yor was great, but at the same time, it's kind of sort of not a full-on Reb Brown movie.
I mean, they dub his voice in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't get the
And
full effect.
it actually almost seems like he can act in that movie. Till you find
Debatable. At least more than this.
Who are you? Where do you come from? I'm Yor, the hunter. I come from the high mountain.
Yeah, and here we get Reb's real voice, and I will say, after seeing quite a number of Reb Brown's movies, I think this is actually one of his better acting jobs.
Yeah, no, it wasn't terrible. It's classic Reb Brown.
We get to hear his true yell.
Briefly. Wish it was a little bit longer. But, yeah, it was great.
It may be brief, but it is one of his most well-known yell scenes. Ah!
What were those ships called? Like those ships, like the little like things he was riding. The Enforcer. The Enforcer. That was hysterical. Little
Yeah,
bumper
like-
carts on steroids.
At the end of Space Mutiny, there's this chase scene between Reb Brown's character, David Ryder, and the film's second main villain, Elijah Calgan, played by John Philip Law. Don't know him from anything else. All I know is he looks like Michael Douglas if Michael Douglas got farted in the face by an elephant. Like his face just looks stretched back and just permanently
He's a creepy looking dude.
unpleasant.
He fits the part. Put it that way.
Yeah, and this chase scene, they're riding in these little bumper cars that are souped up to look like future cars. And what's funny about this chase scene is the cars are moving so slow.
That you could just hop out of the car and run up to the car in front of you and catch up to him.
I think it'd make more sense to stand up and jump over onto his buggy.
Or like just drop back and use the guns in his head and shoot him.
Yeah, you only got like 3 minutes.
Nice shot.
Son of a bitch! Look out! Look out! Take this, you weak bitch!
So
Like when the bad guy started, we just kept wondering, why doesn't he just get up and run? He could catch up with the guy.
you could walk backwards and catch up to the guy if you wanted to.
I think a moped goes faster than that.
Oh, easily. Easily.
They look like the bobsledders from Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. Bam. Bam. And we get Reb Brown's famous scream in the scene before he launches his enforcer and I guess sacrifices it if it meant anything to him. And
Very positive. Massive explosion to kill a bumper car.
wow. The second main villain in this movie is a guy called McPherson, played by James Ryan, the guy with the little curl on top of his head.
No, this guy was brutal. Wearing the SS on his uniform.
Yeah. You can't...
AKA German. He looks exactly like a German officer.
You can't wonder if this was meant to be clever, symbolic, or was just probably, but not well done. And the SS they have on their uniforms for the bad guys just... And actually, the good guys, it's just this one main bad guy.
It is a main bad guy.
But the fact is, all the characters in these uniforms, including the good guys, have SS on them.
And it looks very similar to those same uniforms.
So unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
I'd understand it if we were a rich cargo ship carrying minerals or weapons. But what can they expect to achieve from the likes of us?
People. The Southern Sun could recolonize one of the planets of the constellation, or be redispersed to slavery. I'm sure a solution to our problem can be worked out.
It can. You think he's just dreamt up the scheme overnight? He's been planning this mutiny, and he's worked out all the details. And you can count on it that he's got all of these men behind him.
You ever notice the white guys, what the letters on the thing say?
I've done all the
SS.
talking I intend to do.
I was on the truth. Like, it's like Nazis, literally.
Excuse.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's clever or stupid. I said that, Calgan looks like Michael Douglas got farted on by an elephant. McPherson looks like, I would say, 1970s David Bowie without his makeup.
Then even creepier looking.
Our timing was perfect. 2 for the price of 1.
Who would have thought the one small spacecraft could have done that much damage?
That Viper's missile pod took out the entire winching system for the docking bay doors.
According to the damage reports from the chief maintenance engineer, it'll take at least 2 weeks before the docking bay can be used again. We couldn't have wished for it better. That means the Southern Sun is completely isolated. Nobody can enter her. And more important, nobody can leave her.
Excellent. They no longer have a choice. It was cruel fate to be born in space. But I have vowed we will not die here. It is my destiny to set my feet upon a real world, to accumulate wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams. I have offered the people of the Southern Sun a rich, new life. And now they have no alternative but to accept my generosity and alter course for Corona Borealis.
Sounds like a venereal disease.
This dude's laugh is absurd.
What's the report from damage control?
And the second main male good guy we'll get to, Sissy Cameron in a sec, is Alex Jansen. guy in charge of the Saturn Sun. I can't remember the name. I'll just put it down here. Just the SS, and he's a older guy, big, has
a very fake beard, but
and what could possibly be a faker hairpiece.
Does a good job though.
Yeah, he is. The actor Cameron Mitchell. He is, I would say, the best actor in this film. Or at least he has bad moments too, where it almost looks like he doesn't care what's going on. But in more scenes than anybody else, he looks like he's taking this seriously. Like he's taking the job seriously. I mean, Reb Brown is a lot of fun in his own Reb way.
That's a good way to put it.
I myself have tried to follow in their footsteps. I'm a man who believes in peace, not war. Captain Devers and I.
And that's why you're gonna die.
David,
Yeah.
if you will accept, we would like to name you
Then
as
die young.
our new flight commander. And we trust and pray you will maintain this as a ship of peace.
And we will in due course let all
Reb.
people know and warn them of
Reb.
combat this man.
Peace? I don't think
Those
so.
two words have never been said together in the same sentence.
Well, David, good luck.
Do you think he's wearing any clothes under that robe? He's getting a very naked vibe.
Good question. No, probably just like he walks right, his stomach just goes right in the
Ladies and gentlemen.
And this is probably a cheap shot, but I think we found a hair piece that makes Trump's hair look good.
There's
Sorry.
a couple of them.
Yeah, the hair in this movie is fucking insane.
Whether it's the Wolverine mullet that the guy has, or the other guy with the spiked up dude, it's
Yeah, and
disgusting.
it almost looks like he's a bald guy wearing a very bad spiked up toupee.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Why did you call me the second they deserted their post?
Look at that guy on the right.
Yeah, he looks like the caveman from those Geico commercials.
What happened?
He has a mullet. Okay, I'll give him points for that.
Like the most ridiculous mullet.
Huh?
Yeah, spaceship can handle a lot.
Look at that guy's hair.
Dude's hair. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Who was like, yeah, this is a good idea.
We get that guy with the weird braided ponytail. Unlike mine. Yeah, it just hangs by his side.
Them and their goddamn
Wait.
orbs. What is that hair? Oh.
And this is definitely an 80s movie, based on many things such as the hair and the weird
Outfits.
the weird facial hair as well.
Yeah, no, the hair is definitely the biggest part, but
Like
I mean
this-
the outfits are ridiculous too.
Yeah, like the outfits are something to do an essay on just for how ridiculous they look.
Scott Devers.
I can see that.
Oh,
Showing off the guns, of course.
showing off the arms.
So ridiculous. Look how like just
Please file this.
the wings on his shoulder just look ridiculous.
I told you his outfit looked crazy.
Yeah, it does.
Who the hell is he talking to? Put us through the bridge.
I want to speak to somebody from command.
Gladiator?
Yeah, right. That's what I was trying to say. He looks like
security, I think it would be better if you came
literally a
up here.
gladiator with some armor on.
Lieutenant Lamont.
He looks like a kid dressing as a gladiator for Halloween.
Yeah, it's like some crummy costume.
You get a target. I have seen more ridiculous outfits in a low-budget space movie. You haven't seen enough 1950s movies, man.
It's true. It's true.
Something the 1950s movies had going for them, where you could take even the shittiest ones a little bit seriously, or at the least you could not laugh as hard as the uniforms, was because I think they were in black and white. And I don't know, do you think Space Mutiny, this is just me shooting shit after being awake, sleep deprived, and having some vodka just now. Do you think Space Mutiny could have worked in a little better in black and white?
I don't know. You know what? Well, actually, what I would say is if it wasn't black and white, it would be even more impossible to distinguish who's, like, the bad guys, because every outfit is, like, so similar, you know what I mean? But...
I guess, but I think the outfits would have looked less ridiculous.
It would have looked, yeah, in general, it would have looked less ridiculous, you know? Hey, definitely wouldn't have hurt, put it that way. Hard to hurt it already anymore.
Just to make sure it doesn't look like we completely forgot, the plot is people in space living on this giant spaceship that apparently is the size or can hold basically a continent's worth of cities and people. But
although you only see like 15 people throughout the entire movie.
That nightclub had a bunch.
Oh, true, the nightclub. Yeah, you're right.
And on the outside...
Nightclub seemed like a fun time. That seemed like the hula hoops and everything like that. That part was hilarious.
That part, yeah. There's a great scene in a nightclub where we see everybody dancing. We see the Sissy Cameron's character, who, by the way, Sissy Cameron, she plays the love interest to Reb's character, David Ryder. She plays also... Her character is also the ship's leader's daughter, Leah Jansen. And, I don't know, I think Sissy Cameron did a decent enough job. She wasn't given a lot to work with. I get the feeling like Reb, she's not that great of an actor, but she plays the part. She's meant to look hot and kick ass. And be the butt of a couple of sexist jibes.
I've never seen anybody burn before.
What the hell are you doing anyway? That could have been you dead down there. You should have stayed up on the bridge safe with your father.
The enforcers are not going to attack again.
Yeah, how the hell do you know that?
Well, if you'd shut up, I'd tell you. Calgon's dead. They have no leader. They have no choice but to surrender to my father. Besides, I thought you would be happy to see me.
Of course I am. That's not the issue. Your father should have stopped you.
My father stopped interfering with my life when I was 15 years old.
I have a lot of respect for your father.
15, only 15.
I just wish he could control you as well as he does this ship.
Did you catch that line?
If I hadn't saved you in that engine room...
Oh, come on. I would have got out of that situation. No problem.
No, you wouldn't have.
Well, that's gratitude.
And her first few scenes with Reb are them, she's being hostile and really bitchy because her boyfriend died. And Reb at first acts, I guess how anyone would act if someone...
I didn't know that was her boyfriend. I didn't know that. That makes it even funnier, actually. That's true.
Leah, you had us all worried. Please, next time there's a fire, leave it to damage control. You okay?
Okay. Next time, young lady, you stay out of the way.
Dad, I was there. The pilot chickened out. Otherwise, Spooner would be alive right now.
David Ryder, I want you to meet my daughter, Leah.
Professor never had a chance. There's nothing I could have done to prevent it.
Oh, so you left her to die?
Leah! Stop it!
He ejected and he's alive.
Listen, lady.
Doctor!
Doctor! I don't have to justify my actions to you, but since you're asking, that explosion cut the power. And there wasn't time to go over the auxiliary backup system. I had to eject. I had no other choice. Commander, Captain, excuse me, I have to file my report.
And when Reb goes to her, she's still being a complete bitch, and then Reb just gets angry, and then all of a sudden, she's attracted to him.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Her boyfriend dies, and within, like, 2 seconds, she's immediately attracted to him, even though he was the one who was partially responsible for her boyfriend's death. So, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
It's the Reb charm, I guess.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something.
No 1980s woman can resist Reb Brown.
Apparently.
And
as seen in Yore.
After... Oh, Yore. That's an entirely different story. Go check out our review of that if you want to get what we're referencing. And the spaceship has gardens.
Yeah, what?
Well, I guess it must if they want to survive.
Hi.
You know, atmosphere and all.
True.
Got a nice place here. Listen, I understand how you feel.
You? How could you know how I feel?
Listen, lady, I did what I had to do. Don't you think I realized a good man died? A man I respected and loved?
Do tell.
Hey, I don't need this.
Wait. I wasn't aware that you knew him.
Well, what difference does it make? He's dead, and there's nothing we can do about it. Forget it. I don't need this.
That was quite a bipolar flirting scene.
That was a very odd scene. Yeah.
But after Reb goes tits up on the big titted space woman, she's suddenly attracted to him, and then she goes to this nightclub, this futuristic nightclub where there's fog, bright flashing lights, all the men are wearing tight shiny clothes, and all the women are wearing pretty much one-piece bathing suits that really hug into their ass cheeks.
It's a bathing suit. It looks like a one-piece bathing suit.
Yeah, about 80% of the female characters in this film, their future space outfits are basically one-piece bathing suits with a little shiny chrome stuff attached to the shoulders.
It's 80s. Would not fly in 2017, I'll tell you that. Sexist undertones were very prevalent throughout the entire thing.
I don't know. Look at Michael Bay.
What?
And while the men aren't given as much exposure, everybody wears something that shows off all the right curves. There are a few, especially in the second half, there are a few, sexist undertones where they keep telling her, you should stay back.
Yeah, you should stay back. Yeah.
Even though she's shown that she can be a legit badass.
She was kicking ass, yeah, she should have came.
There it is.
Wait, she could shoot him this whole time and she wasn't?
He could shoot her?
Yeah. It's like a girl scream.
At this nightclub, we get this really awesome moment. I'll give credit, this was pretty original, where Sissy Cameron is trying to woo Reb with her, I guess, dance moves and figure while spinning a hula hoop around herself.
Whole entire nightclub, every girl you look at was just spinning a hula hoop. It was like...
There was even a moment where a woman got a man to join her, and they spun the hoop around themselves.
I didn't even see that. That's hilarious.
A bipolar flirting scene.
That was a very odd scene. Yeah.
I love this
She went from like 0 to 100 too. She was like, I hate this guy, and now she like totally was interested.
Down the fuck. Now, I love this scene. Pay attention here. Look at that guy's crotch.
He's like a dance move.
He's like wearing a cod. I think that guy's wearing a cod case.
That's scared of now.
Ooh.
Brad just peeping at the little boy. This is such an 80s scene right here. This is such an...
Yep. The hula hoops make it. Ooh.
Oh. With the hula hoop, I love it.
80s.
First time I've ever seen like an erotic dance mixed with a hula hoop.
Yeah. The 1980s, the age of ass.
The age of who gives a fuck, just throw a bunch of random shit together and hope it works. After she just showed him his ass, might as well go make a move.
Yep.
Is a woman allowed to buy a man drink in your galaxy?
Kind of depends upon the man now, doesn't it?
On what?
Drinking a martini, too.
Well, looking like a beer drinker.
You're still angry.
It's the wife beer.
Yeah.
You know, the professor taught me everything I know. Can we start again?
Yeah, why not? You made a mess of it the first time. Stay right.
We're Jansen. Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Do you like it here?
That's not bad.
Yeah, spin those hoops. Before we move on to the most ridiculous outfits, let's briefly talk about Reb's outfits.
There's like 10 of them.
Yeah, like he has the entire chrome suit that you said looked like...
The space blanket.
Mm.
It literally did, just wrapped around a space blanket.
It looked like one of those weird... There was this weird exercise outfit that was like a chrome suit that you wore.
Yeah.
You ever heard of those? It's meant to be something where you wear it everywhere you go and you sweat out.
No, I don't, but that. I'm assuming that would fit the case. I mean, it was all chrome. Still bringing on that outfit.
Pilot beam down, successful. Medical team standby.
Wait till you see Reb's.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets even sillier.
He looks like he's wearing a giant space blanket. You ever seen those before?
Yeah, those exercise suits.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the other outfit he had, the one that was like had the giant arm sleeves to it.
He looked like
He looked
like a comic book character.
Yeah, literally, he was wearing like wings.
And then throughout most of the film, this is what he's most well known for wearing in this movie, that extremely tight wife beater.
Yeah.
With the silver pants that just show off his big ass.
The wife beater was unexpected. Because literally no one else was wearing any normal clothes the entire time except for him wearing a tight wife beater. Probably just show off his guns, but I
Show off the guns, man. You got them, show them off. And I think he pulled off that hairstyle pretty well. Like the flat top.
He's got some nice blonde locks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hard not to.
Yeah, Reb is pretty dreamy in this movie. Now, let's get into what I believe outshines Reb, Sissy, and every other female in this movie, the Valerians.
These Valerian chicks are cracking me up.
Valerian.
Valerian?
Yeah.
See, I watched Game of Thrones and like there's like Valerians, is that because I got 10 people?
Wait, what was that? Wait.
Yeah, so I'm still not too sure why they were even involved in this movie.
Oh, I have the answers. I do. Let's see here. The sequence with the Valerians were added in post-production after the initial cut of the movie came in too short. They were added to fill time.
That's all they were used for? That makes sense, because like the whole time you're like, why are they even like, how are they even involved in this?
And since they needed time to fill, they thought, let's just put in some more ass.
Yeah, I don't even know how I would call it ass, I swear to God. There's just a bunch of girls just dancing around those like orbs that you see in a museum of science.
But yeah, they're wearing these skimpy, almost shredded looking outfits. Like, it almost looks like someone ripped their clothes apart.
It does. Like, it definitely does. Yeah.
And they're wearing these ripped up bathing suit outfits with see-through silky robes around them. The deal with the Valerians, for anyone who's wondering what the fuck is a Valerian, they're a group of aliens that just come on board the ship because I guess they needed to be rescued. And they stay in some spare quarters, and turns out the Valerians are an alien race who look exactly like humans, who can read minds and form a psychic link, and even, I guess, it's never fully shown, but it's implied that they can influence people.
So is he dreaming, or are they influencing his dreams?
They're influencing his dreams.
True.
And praying.
We received our message. I'm glad you've come. We've been waiting for you.
Hey, you. The Valerians are off limits.
I was.
Well, that was
There we are,
pointless.
gentlemen.
Wait, what?
Tell me, Dave. Your Viper was...
And we get this one moment where one of them talks to Alex Jansen, the leader of the ship, and it's a weird scene. It can almost, like, she acts like she's trying to give him info, but it's almost like it's meant to be erotic.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Welcome, Commander Jansen. How may I help you?
Open file on Valerian behavior.
Valerian behavior. Order of High Priestesses. Non-planet-based practitioners of magic.
The beard is so fake.
Ooh.
What's up, buddy?
I see those kind of things in museums.
Yeah, I've seen it before. Museum of Science and stuff. Pretty cool last time.
Commander, it is now time for us to talk.
You.
Yes, I am Genera, the 14th High Priestess of the Tripton lineage. The people of the Southern Sun are no longer able to distinguish light from dark. Your people are falling prey to the powers of darkness. Listen, I speak the truth.
Hello? I'm not sure this is a porno I ever wanted to see.
Yeah, what is...
What happened?
I have shared with you the way to truth. Now you must use what you have learned to face Calvin and his evil.
I will.
I think he's copying a feel.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Get a little closer, bud.
At times, Space Mutiny kind of looks almost like the sets, especially the outfits. This almost doesn't feel like a sci-fi action movie. It almost feels like a porno spoof of a sci-fi action movie.
Honestly, it's not too far from that. There was definitely some crossing over at some points where you're like, all right, where is this going? What is the point here?
I'm not even sure this movie has a rating. Let's see. Nope. I don't see any rating on this box. If it had to have a rating, I would guess it would probably be an R, but a light R. Like there's that scene. There's one sex scene between Reb and Sissy where you clearly see her nipple, and Reb smooching all over her chest, and I think that scene.
That dog Reb. That dog Reb.
Ow! That scene would probably get the movie a light R. Other than that, there's not much else. There's not much violence. Everyone that gets shot is with a laser gun, and we see like small fire erupt from their wounds.
And they just jump. They jump off the balcony.
You know, like a lot of the deaths in this movie take place in the factory setting that's supposed to be the ship, and most often every death is somebody falling over, like ah.
Damn you.
Sneaky little shit.
It's a perfect way to describe him.
Stop right there!
The gem.
Attack robot! Commander Ryder, being attack robot! The enforcers are...
Not phased.
I guess after the Death Star blew up, the stormtroopers needed to find work.
Yeah, there's so many like Star Wars undertones in this.
More than you would even think now.
Wait. Nice, this got again.
Oh!
Out of my way, you idiot!
Let him burn, baby.
Out of my way.
Wait. When did they get a flamethrower?
Great question.
Flamethrowers are underrated weapons.
I love how everyone who dies falls off the balcony too. Like it's like not like they just like fall to the ground, like they just jump off the balcony.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. You could kill the bad guys and possibly blow up the whole spaceship. Here's a fun fact. The warehouse where they were filmed, the filmmakers were aware that numerous large windows with daylight pouring through would soil the illusion of the southern sun. Oh, that's the name, the southern sun.
Southern sun.
Yeah, like it would break the illusion that it's in space, because did you notice all the shots of the windows with light coming in?
I actually didn't even notice that, no.
Yeah, they were all very bright. So, according to this, cinematographer Vincent G. Cox used color filters to give the sunlight an orange-red look. The film processing lab mistakenly corrected the sunlight back to its original color.
Oh, no way.
And the director's replacement, Neil Sundstrom, never had any explanation for why the windows were there. Like, originally they had an explanation, but yeah, the editing crew fucked up.
And just re-edit it back to the original.
Yeah.
It's like they're intentionally just trying to mess it up at this point.
This is like...
I didn't even notice it though, honestly, so...
This sounds like the most incompetent film crew ever. Don't you think?
I agree. I definitely agree.
And by the way, I also noticed this in Yore at the end when they go to the Overlord's fortress.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice on this spaceship and all these sets, the computers they're using are clearly like 1980s, 1990s computers. Like, there's even a scene where they use a computer and they stick a disc in, and you can see, for anyone who's too young to know this, look this word up. It's a floppy drive. Do you remember floppies?
Oh, of course. And then to take a step further, there's a phone with a coordinate too that's just like clearly straight out of like the 80s, 70s. Like it's just a very outdated phone, and you're like, all right, come on now.
There's several corded phones in this movie.
Well, welcome aboard, Mr. Riley. You met our captain, Beaver. Sit down, son.
Thank you, sir. Ryder, could I have your space status card, please?
Thank you.
He kept it in his pants. Floppy!
Yeah.
They're using a floppy in the future.
Well, there we have it.
Hi, Murray. It's Joseph here.
Yo, Sam,
Now listen, my monitor's gone off again.
I'll schedule you for next week.
Well, can't you fix it any sooner?
Go back up already.
Okay, whenever you can.
Anything for you, please.
Yeah, okay, take it easy.
It's just...
The computers are bricks. They're
Yeah. And those keyboards, man.
Yeah.
I remember keyboards, like, they were still using a few of those in the early 2000s, so I got experience with that.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Just so weird, jarring to see
The floppy disk was hilarious.
that kind of shit all over the place.
Honestly, though, what else are they going to use? You know what I mean? Like, it was back in the 80s. There really wasn't much options.
Yeah, but
They could have done. If they had a more like,
I've seen a lot of low budget sci-fi movies that, even though they were made on like maybe $500,000 or $100,000, were able to make fake technology that looked nothing like what was really around at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it was impossible to make.
They just didn't.
Futuristic.
You know what it was? They probably spent all their money on those enforcers.
This is a good lead-in to this thing you were commenting on. You said when we first started watching this that you were impressed by the outside space battles.
Originally, because it looked like Star Wars. Like a lot of the ships that were flying around looked exactly like the Imperial ships that they were using. So it was I don't know, it was interesting. But then I immediately ate my words when I saw a couple of the explosions that just looked ridiculous.
Recalling Stingray fighters.
Roger, Southern Sun, this is Red 2. We're on our way. I got it.
Yeah, alright, I mean, take back the special effects.
For a while, I thought at least you could give this movie credit. The space battles look cool. But guess what it turns out? All of the space battle scenes, like ships flying around, the Southern Sun flying around,
Yeah.
all those shots are footage from the 1970s TV show Battlestar Galactica.
There was no copyright, they could just use it.
I'm guessing they paid the rights to use the space battle scenes from that TV
That's
show.
probably where they spent all their money for the budget then. That's hilarious, I did not know that.
So yeah, this movie is pretty much the laziest sci-fi epic ever made. Like, they were trying to spend
So all
as
they had to do
little
was
as
just go
possible.
film a little bit in an asbestos factory and call it quits, and everything else was kind of already done for them.
Yeah.
That's.
It almost feels like a Jim Wynorski movie.
It probably took them like 2 weeks to film. Like, literally.
Yeah, like, okay, there were some neat explosions in the factory.
Yeah.
Like when they're blowing it up. I'll give it that. Those were pretty cool. They could not have faked those or gotten it from somewhere else, because it's clearly the same factory.
He looks so fake when he's holding it. I guess he doesn't look like he's shooting at all.
So small.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Tail Calgan located in section 49. We're moving in.
Roger.
Southern boy.
Let's go.
But they did reuse a lot of scenes in the factory. Like, they kept showing those same scenes where it was like...
Entering the door.
Entering the door, exactly.
Partying.
Yeah, the party scene was used like 3 times at like completely long intervals throughout the movie.
Yeah, you wonder, is this the same party?
Yeah.
Is everyone oblivious
Or
to
they just
the
always
action?
using hula hoops at every single party they go to.
Yeah, like, is everyone oblivious to the fucking mutiny that's going on in this ship?
Attention. All those wishing to meet the incoming Viper Squadron, proceed to the docking bay.
We now know who is responsible and why. The man is the flight master and chief enforcer, Elijah Calgon.
That's the same shot from earlier.
Take command
Literally.
of the Southern Sun and force us to change.
Oh yeah, you're having mutineers on board. Break out the champagne. This is what the women in those outfits, it feels like they should be doing rather than operating the computers.
Yeah, right.
Just sing.
They're dressed like cocktail waitresses.
Ship terminated. Return to post. While on
Wait,
board,
They've shown that a million times. The same exact scene.
defended the Southern Sun against the latest pirate attack.
Is this the same party or is it a second party?
Yeah,
I'm confused. I've
this
seen.
is extremely confusing.
going to be responsible for making weapons.
Like You're the Hunter from the Future, Space Mutiny just goes right by and you have a blast the whole time. It's not as fun as You're. Like, You're
Just keeps you on your toes because you got no idea what's going on. One moment they're like in a caveman setting, the next moment they're in the future. So I mean, it just
You're is very memorable. And while Space Mutiny is a lot of fun to make fun of, it's not as memorable. Like, I've seen this movie 2 times before, and I forgot a lot of it before tonight. I could never forget. Have you forgotten Your?
No, I have not forgotten Your. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, and I got you the DVD for Christmas.
Yep, I remember that.
There's a reason, by the way, that Space Mutiny's on VHS. I mean, while we watched it on VHS, there is almost no DVDs of this movie left. Like,
how so? People bought them?
I don't know, I guess they gave it a limited release, and from what I read, the DVD was not even a well put together DVD.
Oh, God.
Just like the movie. And it even cut out a couple of scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's already a short movie, too. I don't know how they would have cut out scenes.
It's like 95 minutes, I think. And the Space Mutiny DVD, if you want to buy it now, it's like $50 or $60. Okay, I love Reb Brown, but I'm not sure I want to pay that much for Space Mutiny.
Oh, shot.
I'll buy the VHS. I got a working VCR.
How much was the VHS?
I think like $20.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
And this may seem a bit random, but I gotta mention this. As of the filming of this, it's probably gonna change, because it does that all the time on IMDb. Space Mutiny is currently ranked number 36 on the IMDb's bottom 100 list.
I did not know that. That's great.
So you think it's... On IMDb it has a rating of 2 out of 10 stars.
Oh my god. Just out of curiosity, what's number 1?
I can't remember. It could be...
Have you seen it?
It could be Birdemic. It could be Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. It could be...
Howard the Duck.
No, Howard the Duck is a million times better than most of the stuff on the bottom 100 list.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's... Gonna have to watch some.
Howard the Duck. He shot an arrow straight through my heart. You haven't had enough beer, have you, man?
Never got enough beer for Howard the Duck.
I think that's most of what we have to say about the movie. So, would you like to hear a few behind-the-scenes facts?
Oh, of course, yeah.
David Winters had to drop out early in filming after a close relative died. Dale Sundstrom directed most of the film. However, Sundstrom was not pleased with the end result, blaming a lack of care and attention in pre-production, and refused to be credited as anything more than a co-director. Winters was equally unhappy with the film and attempted to have his name replaced with a pseudonym. The contract wouldn't allow it. And the Balerian sequences that were added in later, neither Winters or Sundstrom wanted to come back and after the unpleasant time they had on the movie.
Yeah.
So they didn't even direct those scenes. By the way, the trivia for Space Mutiny is so low, I could print all the IMDb facts on one page. And the movie's credits, once again, are David Winters was the producer and main director. And you want to know what Winters is also known for?
What?
He was an actor when he was younger, and he had a role as one of the gang members, I think, in West Side Story from 1961.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, no, my dad would always show it to us. Yeah, that's funny.
And he's still a director. He's like 77 or 78 now. And he directed a movie that Brad Jones, aka the Cinema Snob, voted as the worst movie of 2015.
What movie? David
Winters, the director of Space Mutiny, directed a kind of musical in 2015 called, and this is the real name, Dancin' It's On.
And what's it about?
Kids dancing.
I guess so. Gonna have to give that a watch. Worst movie 2015. That's it's a pretty big lead.
And the film's writers were Maria Dante, and I guess because he didn't want to be credited, and I'm sorry, man, Ian Yule did some uncredited writing. I wonder what it's like to know that for the people who wrote it, to know that they wrote Space Mutiny.
It's a classic. It's a cult classic.
Yeah, well, some people have a hard time seeing it that way.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Say what you want about it. It's entertaining. It's entertaining.
It is. Oh, it is entertaining. I said I had a hard time remembering a lot of it, but it is entertaining, and the more you see it, I guess the more you could remember, and I'll make a point to try it.
I don't know if you want to remember that much of it, though, to be honest.
Well, if you're a bad movie buff like me, you probably do.
Touche.
He's up for shit I want to show him, but he prefers, I guess, more well-made movies.
Yeah, but you know, it's always nice to see a nice, entertaining 80s horrific movie.
But you love Yor.
Yor was great. Yor was one of the most bizarre yet entertaining movies I've ever seen. I will give you credit.
And Yor is the man.
He's the man. He's the greatest.
The editing in this movie, how do you think the editing in this film was? Like, the transitioning between scenes, cutting back and forth?
Not good. Not great. I mean, it was definitely a little choppy.
I mean,
confusing too. It's just like there's points where you're like, all right, like what is really going on right now? At the beginning of the movie, the way it started off, like it was so quick right to that first scene where like Reb gets shot down. You were almost like, all right, like what is going on right now?
Yeah, like the film does not give you a chance to understand. It doesn't establish anything.
Yeah, exactly. To like get a hold of yourself and be like, all right, this makes sense. You're like immediately thrown into it. Just.
And we get all these weird cuts to different locations, like with the Balerians especially.
Oh yeah, whenever the Balerians came on, I'm like, alright, like what is going on right now?
We got space alien models doing a bad belly dance.
So these are like they're aliens, right?
Yeah.
They can read. They can like see the future. Like they can
read minds. They can read minds. What?
What was that?
Okay.
This shit is creepy.
It shouldn't be turning me on, but it kind of is.
This guy's awful hair too. Like bally, he's just got a lot of that.
Just like me.
He's like bald.
The editing can be attributed to Bill Asher, Charlotte Conrad, and Catherine Mayberg.
Bill, you've been better. You've been better, buddy. That was not your best work.
The best thing I think this movie had, like the most well done filmmaking aspect, I think would be the music.
The music at the end of the ending credits was
That was a nice song. But the music that played throughout the film during the action scenes, like the
I'm trying to remember it honestly. I'm not
It was a little hokey, but it
It's
actually
80s. It was.
it felt like a real movie score.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the music credit goes to Tim James,
There you go, Timmy.
Mark Mancia,
There you go, Mark.
and Steve McClintock. And if you had to give this a rating, Nick, what would you give it, Space Mutiny?
Quality, 2 of 10. Entertainment, go 8.5. I was laughing. It was even if you're making jokes all the time, you still get something out of it. It was 8.5.
It is fun to
8.5.
make jokes about a bad movie.
Exactly.
My quality rating, I give it a 1.8.
Fair.
And entertainment level, I'd give it a 7.5. I ironically recommend it. And before we end this review, just curious, Nick, would you like to plug your own business?
Wow, on the spot. Yeah, sure. Everyone watching, feel free to download the Lazy app. If you go to college, it's an application where students are able to post tasks and let other students complete those tasks for money. So, search it on the App Store, Lazy app, download, and earn some money.
I'll put the link down below for anyone who might be interested.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me, Nick.
Pleasure as always, Jake.
And
Always down for a Reb Brown movie.
Oh yeah, and hopefully it won't be 2 years before the next one.
Hopefully not.
See you next week.
Wow. Great ending song. So 80s. Calgon's body. Guy Pringle. Great name.
Guy Pringle?
Great name.
Here I stand. Here I stand on the edge of your dreams. The Valerians.
Yep.
I'm guessing a bunch of models, probably.
Most likely.
There's no feeling